Okay. All right, folks, just give me a few minutes. I'm just doing sound check. Got my headphones on, so audio is different, but I believe you can hear me. Just let me do a quick check. Okay, live is up and running. Okay. Doing an audio check. Okay, testing, testing, testing. Okay, testing, testing, testing. All right, so audio is good. All right, so I got my headphones on. Welcome to my reaction to Apple's event. I totally forgot this event was happening. Again, not really a diehard Apple fan, but it's I over the years I've come to like their events. I think their events are like extremely polished, put together. But I want to see what they drop this year as far as new innovation, new phones. I know they're moving away from iOS 17 or something like that, and then they're moving to iOS 26, and I want to see what they're bringing forth when it comes to the Apple Watch. iPhones, I'm not really too interested in because it's pretty much just all the same every year. But I want to see what they're gonna bring when it comes to the Apple Watch. Now, for copyright issues, I can't really show you the full event. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of interpret what's happening. So this is an hour and 14 minutes event. So let's get the show started. Again, if you don't know, my name is Marvin Smith, and this is my channel, The Marvin Smith Experience. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I'm gonna be streaming on Friday, also starting about 8 o'clock. I'm replaying Cyberpunk, so I'm going through right now, just going through finding a lot of iconic weapons, tier 5 iconic weapons, and I'm totally doing the opposite of everything I did when the game first launched. So this is a replay. I'll be consistently streaming on Twitch and all my gaming channels on Fridays. And then during the week, I might drop a reaction here and there. But let's get this started. So Apple is doing their intro music. So it sounds very indie, very indie popish. Sounds okay. Okay, I'm just giving this a couple more seconds. All right, let's skip past this. Okay, so it's opening up. Design is not just what it looks like and feel like. Design is how it works. Steve Jobs. Yeah, I gotta give this about Apple. Their design structure maintains consistency across like all their devices. I gotta say the Apple Tag is I like the Apple Tag. It's really convenient. But I think one of my best thing is the Apple Watch. I'm a big fan of the Apple Watch. It definitely has potential. Even the accessory market, I believe, is gonna the accessory market for the Apple Watch as the Apple Watch becomes bigger and more development happens. I think there's potential for the accessory market. So Tim Cook just walks I guess walked out of Apple's main headquarters. Um, his dark blue shirt, black jeans, and I think he's got some Nikes on. I don't know what kind of Nikes are those. I think he's a low key sneakerhead. Are those Nike Airs? Yeah, I think he has all gray Nike Airs. Never seen those before. So he's just going through his normal intro. All right, so he's talking about he's going into um, talking about Nike AirPods. Again, I'm a over the air type of headphones type of guy. But again, whenever Apple designs something, they design it to the highest quality. So okay, so we're going into the new AirPods Pro, their next generation. Typical Apple transition, graphics, dancers. I wonder what store they're transitioning to. So we're we're introduced to, yeah, this is San Francisco. I think probably their San Francisco store. Don't know where in San Francisco this is. So we're being introduced to VP of Hardware Engineering, Kate. I'm not gonna butcher her last name, Bergernon. Like, I don't understand why. Well, I'm not picking on how anybody dresses, but like your choice of clothing during an event, I don't know. I think it says a lot. Well, that's a great innovative feature now. So the the next generation of Apple Pro is going to have real live translation. So real time translation. Um, so if two people are wearing the same next generation AirPods, one person speaks Spanish, the other person doesn't, it's gonna do a real time sync, real time sync translation of both languages. Interesting. All right, so I mean, I'm gonna jump along because really right now they're just going into talking about the next generation AirPod Pro 3. I gotta say, I've tried the that Apple workout app. It's definitely a good app. Like when I go through my workouts, that's what I pretty much use to track my heart sensor. So my heart's beats per minute. So definitely I want to see how they improve that on the Apple Watch. So they're just talking about the Apple Pro 3 right now. So I'm gonna jump ahead. But speaking about their their workout app, it's definitely a really good app. But I wish they would have just added a little bit more. Let's see, fitness. It's a pretty good, but the award structure, I don't know. Maybe they need to do a little bit more with the reward structure as far as um, I don't know. Maybe give you like a Apple gift card or something like that. You maintain good, healthy health posture or something throughout the year, and they give you a Apple gift card or something like that. So, all right, let's go into the specs. What are they saying? Okay, let's jump past. Okay, specs. All right, 65% recycled plastic, hearing aid, hearing test, hearing protection, um, best fitted for AirPods ever. What is this? IP 57, dust and water resistant, iOS workout experience. So now the AirPods could link to the fitness app, extraordinary sound quality, 8 hours of active noise canceling, and 10 hours of transparency with hearing aid. So okay, not bad. I don't remember the specs from last year, but they're usually good with improving their hardware. So now for those who are watching, I can't really show it to you, so only thing I could do is just provide commentary and just give you my best reaction because Apple, even though it's on YouTube, they'll copyright this stuff. So and do a copyright strike, and YouTube will remove all of your content. So let me see. I could probably let me see if I could share. Let's go back. Let's go back. I'll do like the highlights. So let's share screen and just share that for a few minutes. I'll keep that up there for like a few minutes. So yeah, like I was saying, 65% recycled plastic, IPS 57, hearing testing, hearing protection, whatever these little things are called, better fit. Now integrates within the fitness app, 8 hours active noise canceling, 10 hours transparency with hearing aid. So I don't know what the metrics from last year was, but I'm sure it's gonna. I'm sure it's better than what it was. Okay, and when are they dropping? So they're dropping on the 19th of September. So all right, so let's move on. So now we're back to Tim Cook. He's talking about just whatever. So now he's just basically they're jumping into the Apple Watch, and let's share that. No, no script. So yeah, so they're jumping into the Apple Watch and what it could do now, and so they always do this. They always say indirectly. They always say like, "Hey, our product saves lives." Mm, I don't know. I don't know the statistics on that, but they always try to low key drop that in any presentation. So somebody is sharing their story about how the Apple Watch changed their lives. So it's just basically they're going into stories about how Apple Watch save people lives. Um, so I wonder where they're getting that information from. Like, interesting. All right, so we're back to Tim Cook. He's talking. So I'm gonna jump past that. I want to see. So we're introduced to Stan Nang, VP Apple Watch and Health Product Marketing. So now they're talking about the new Apple Glass. So so let me see if I could share this. They're talking about the new glass for the Apple Watch 11. Some kind of they call it INX, and they apply some kind of nano coating. So I gotta stop that, which bonds directly to the glass. 2 times more scratch resistant. So the Apple Watch Series 11 now has 5G capabilities, and So they're saying at launch they will have, what is this? About 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 carriers that will support the new Apple Watch, the Apple Watch 11 5G capabilities. So something to look into. I'm not looking forward to this version, but so now mental health tracking. Yeah. Like I said, I've never. I think when it comes to like smart watches, Apple is definitely at the head of the at the top of the hill. Um, the Series 11, I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the other one, the so VP of Health, Dr. Symbol Ahmad Desi. So now with the new Apple Watch Series 11, it can now detect hypertension. So, which is a great innovation, but I guess I don't know. I mean, something different. So now you get notified when it detects hypertension, which is different. So I wonder if it's going to link to your medical information. So it hasn't been cleared yet by the FDA or other health regulatory bodies, but they're saying it's going to be available in 150 countries. When I have my Apple Watch on, I do set the to monitor my sleep, but I don't really check for any like irregularities. Like when you're an entrepreneur, like sleep is a luxury. You're up in the iPhone 17 is a flop. What's the big new feature? I haven't gotten to that yet, but I'm just going through the paces right now. So I want to see what changes are coming up with the iPhone. So I don't think they're gonna push out like any major changes. I just think it's just like a lot of minor tweaks here and there. So, like new features in the software, stuff like that. So now they're doing with the Apple Watch. If you monitor your sleep, you get a sleep score, which is, like I said, minor tweaks here and there. But so let me share that because you know how Apple is like you share their content too long and they hit you with that copyright strike. So yeah, you're getting a sleep score now, and then you get a breakdown of your sleep score, like how it calculates everything. So yeah, not bad. I mean, for some people, if that's needed, then that's needed. So Series 11 of the Apple Watch has 24 hour battery life, which is pretty decent. I think for my watch, I have my Apple Watch, which is one of the I think Series 3. It has 8 hours, so battery improvement 24 hours. That's not bad. So new colors: jet black, space gray, rose gold, and some kind of aluminum type silver. Polished cases now available. 100% recycled titanium. Apple SE3 and iOS 26 are the two good things from the event, in my opinion. All right. I mean, I'll check it out. The SE3. Okay. I'll check it out. I'll keep it in mind. But it's good to see that they're coming out with new accessories, new bands, which is good. Like I was saying before I started the stream, I think the Apple Watch accessory market is definitely gonna grow. It's gonna develop its own like ecosystem. So I'm gonna share that. So yeah, this is what's coming with the new Series 11. You've got um, new sleep score, um, ECG. It has the ability to detect, irregularities in your rhythm, hypertension notification. I think one of the best thing is like this 5G capability. That's one of the I think the biggest innovation is that 5G capability and the 24-hour battery life. So, So I'm gonna jump into. So we're now going into the Apple Watch SE3, always on display. I don't know. I've never used like the double tap or the wrist flick feature. It's like, who wants to sit there and just do that all day? Okay, sleep apnea, sleep score. All right, so now you could play media and podcasts directly from the built-in speaker. I don't know. I don't think that's a feature I actually like. At least fast charging is consistent. That's one thing I really like about it, Apple Watch, is the fast charging feature. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I think these events is more like they're just improving certain tweaks and just doing minor improvements rather than like major changes to the hardware. Yeah, so I'm more interested in the Apple Watch Ultra to see if they added more features to it. Like that's on my wish list. I just think the Apple Watch Ultra 3 just looks like a more like like again, just a more manlier looking watch. Like I like watches just to stand out. Never been a fan of like, you know, the small watch like or if I do have one of the smaller watches, I'll just get like a sporty type of watch case or something like that. So borders are thinner now, more screen size. So the refresh rate on the watch, um, it looks like it's gotten better. It looks like they made the screen just a little bit bigger. The borders are a little bit more slimmer now. So, like I said, the borders are just a little bit more slimmer now. So you got more, I guess, more screen visibility, more less surface. So, like this is one of the things I'm looking out for is just Ultra to see what new features they're adding. So a new workout buddy with Apple Intelligence, which is okay. So now the Apple Watch Ultra um, has satellite connectivity. I don't remember if the last Ultra had that, but they're saying now you can connect with directly to the satellite. So like the connectivity, I don't think it's like a game changer. I just feel like it's just something that they should have added a long time ago. 42 hours battery life. Now that's impressive. Not bad. I mean, definitely definitely better than, I don't know, definitely better than what it was last year. I think 42-hour battery life is impressive. Um, it has 5G capability. So it just looks like they're just slowly kind of having everything work together as far as technology wise. But yeah, it's just not bad. Like this is what I was waiting for. Um, as far as seeing what new features they're gonna come out with. Hey, thanks for showing love from India. All right, so let's jump past this. Let's see. So now we're back to Tim Cook. All right, so now we're jumping into the iPhone. 4 new models. I don't know, they're just doing animation into the new phone. I want to see what new features. Okay, so they always come with like weird colors. Lavender, mist blue. black, white. So white looks like a light gray. 6.3-inch display, not bad. I mean, put it in the comments. Have you, like, a lot of these Apple employees, like head employees, they have weird fashion sense. Like, I don't know. Put it in the comments if you agree with me. If not, it's all right. The display looks it looks brighter. It looks more vivid now. Like, really really interesting. Okay, what's Ceramic Shield 2? Okay, France Major here. I don't understand how people will accept their caution but still buy the newest overpriced product. Hey man, it's it is America. It is America. I have the 13 Pro Max and it's almost the same internally technology. Okay. Yeah, I always go for whenever I buy an Apple phone, I always go for the Pro Max versions because it's basically it's like the highest tier you could go when it comes to like technology wise. They never really make changes on it. They just kind of just improve the OS so the phone could run better. But yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. It's like right now it's just in this economy is like again, but you got to understand like Apple is a company, they have to dominate the phone market, the mobile phone market. So they're always going to come with a new either new features or new phones every year. So, they have to kind of keep pushing out phones, but I totally agree with what you're saying in today's market. It's like buying a new phone, it's like people just don't have the money. So, but they're just going into like the new features. A19 silicon, it looks like they're improving scratch resistance on the screen. Any decent screen protector could do the same thing. So, not really a big change. Let's see what this A19 chip is about. 6 core GPU, CPU. Okay, 5 core GPU. Not bad. Yeah, so it's pretty much what I thought. They're pushing GPU capabilities on the mobile phone so they could get more mobile games to run on their devices. Okay, so what I'm finding interesting is like they're pushing this live translation. So we don't see any real life demos of it because I think, in my personal opinion, I think if they start doing stuff like that, then they'll get people to start buying their products if they started doing stuff like that. Like instead of putting together a this crafted a visual of real time translations or anything like that, just put together a live demo. I think that's what Zuckerberg did with the Meta glasses. It wasn't it wasn't the best, but at least we saw it working. So what's the total battery life? Nice, fast battery recharging. All right, so let's see. They're transitioning into talking about the camera. 48 megapixel main camera and 12 megapixel two times telephoto camera. Um, yeah, okay. Okay, so all right. So I didn't know that they were gonna go into this. They're gonna talk about eSIM. I think is a technology that's really not being utilized in many phone manufacturers. So let me see. What is he talking about? A19 Pro. I'm just skipping through this stuff. Like some of this stuff I don't really care for. I just want to see what there's new technologies that they're talking about. Like cameras, iPhone's gonna always have. I don't want to say, in my opinion, the best camera, but decent. Okay, so let's look at eSIM. Okay, eSIM. They didn't pioneer eSIM. I'm sorry. That's a false statement. eSIM's been around for a while. It's just never been adopted. It's just never been utilized until Apple Apple decided to incorporate it into their phones. Yeah, that's what I gotta say about eSIM. Better technology, easier to use, easy to use, and if it's done right, you could have like up to about maybe three or four numbers on one phone. But the only issue with eSIM is like the activation is not it's not easy. Like most companies don't really develop the front end work to make eSIM activation really smooth. So I give it to Apple for that. iPhone Air. Jeez. All right. So all right. So I want to jump into the iPhone 17 Pro. Are we talking about four cameras? So a unibody phone. Battery got bigger. Okay, so just three cameras. I think a bigger sensor, bigger flash. So instead of the like previous models, instead of the phone being in like a shell, it's just they have like a solid body now. Okay, so now it has a heat sink. Like I said, not that big of a change. Decent. 250 gig, um, 50 gig standard as far as storage now. Okay. For the cheapest phone, wait, iPhone Air is $1,000, but wait, I'm trying to, let's go back, because they're saying the starting price, um, okay, yeah, well, that's a good thing. I think 250 gigs standard now, and I think just going back and forth, it's gonna go up to 2 terabytes of storage. You have an iCloud of 2 terabytes. Yeah, I usually just go for like the Pro Max in any new phone. All right, I'm gonna share this real quick. So, yeah, I don't know where this model came out of or why they even decide to do that, the iPhone Air. So, 16e, 17, iPhone Air, um, 17 Pro. Yeah, it's pretty much just the same thing. Like always, they got to flood the market with phones. So, they didn't really, yeah, so I'm gonna stop it right here. They didn't really, I think that just the thing for me was just the Apple Watch Ultra, and I wanted to see what they're gonna do with the new iPhone 17. I think what they have to start doing is just talking about the new OS, what's gonna be different because they're changing. I think their naming structure on the OS is gonna be 17. No, it's gonna be iOS 26 or something like that. Like I wanted to see what's changing with the OS. That's what's I think that's what I'm more interested in. But again, um, I didn't really see anything crazy innovation It was just basically small changes, minor updates, minor changes, but still the same thing, still the same Apple. Probably the only thing that really got me hyped about the Apple Watch is that the 48-hour battery life, which is a good thing. Apple Watch Ultra is on my wish list. I'm gonna get that. Um, New 17. I'm not really in a rush for it. I could wait, but that's been my reaction of this new Apple event. I believe they're gonna do a Apple developer event maybe later on in the year, but I hope they jump into the OS. I'm probably gonna do a reaction about it, but for now, I didn't really see any crazy innovation. Just same old Apple pushing out more new phones, but again, they gotta justify their cost. So this has been it. Thank you for those who've been viewing and watching and commenting. Appreciate the comments. I will be going live every Friday, doing my Cyberpunk gameplay. I'll try to maintain a consistent schedule. I know it's been a crazy summer, but I'm gonna try to get back onto it. Try to get back on, being consistent. But definitely Fridays now going forward. I'm gonna be going live, doing some gameplay. I'm playing Cyberpunk all over again with the 2.3 update and the Phantom Liberty. Just seeing what has changed in the game. Definitely a lot of new stuff has happened in the game. So I will be going live at streaming at 8 o'clock on Fridays, every Friday going forward. All right, so this has been Marvin Smith with the Marvin Smith Experience. Thanks for watching, and not a problem, man. Thanks for sticking around.